Good afternoon, everyone. I'm day weather meteorologist Don Watzel with your Thursday video update for November 5th. We have another 2 or 3 days of above average temperatures across the state. The 3-day stretch will be over the central and east, while western mountains and valleys will have a couple more days of mild temperatures before trending cooler, a little bit ahead of schedule compared to everyone else. We'll continue to have breezy and gusty winds in the wind-prone areas of Wyoming each day, and that includes this afternoon where we're getting some gusts near Arlington and Elk Mountain, near 50 and even up to 55 miles an hour along Interstate 80. Our incoming storm system for the weekend looks to be slowing down a little bit, but we're also getting some continuity in our long-range outlooks, and that's leading to some higher confidence in what we can expect for this weekend starting Saturday and continuing into early next week. We'll check those out here in a minute. Then once our weekend system passes, we're still looking colder for next week, maybe even getting some Arctic-type conditions, especially overnight lows falling into the single digits and teens. For the rest of this afternoon on this Thursday, we still have those daytime wind gusts 35 to 45 in this area shaded yellow. The stretch along I-80, Elk Mountain, Arlington, though, getting some of those stronger gusts, and again, that typically happens this time of year. Wind speeds could be around 50 and 60. They will subside a little bit during the evening and overnight, then possibly pick up again as we move into Friday, and that's highlighted here with this yellow shaded area continuing to get some 40 and 50 mile an hour gusts through about mid-afternoon. The strongest winds, again, along Interstate 80 in southeastern Wyoming. Everyone else remaining mild and dry, starting to trend a little cooler. This cooler trend will be more towards Friday evening as we get a weak cold front to start to drift its way south and east. Now looking into the weekend, this image is the latest model outlook for this weekend, and it looks similar to yesterday. Still have a long cold trough of low pressure. This initial wave here will be diving its way southward across the west coast during the day tomorrow, and then set up shop for about 12 to 18 hours over Southern California and the Great Basin. It will then get kicked northeastward towards Wyoming and the Northern Rockies Saturday night and Sunday morning, thanks to this secondary disturbance that'll be dropping south at the same time into early Sunday morning. Very similar to yesterday, this will create some strong wind gusts ahead of this first wave. Then by Saturday afternoon, the precip should begin in earnest in western and southwestern areas of Wyoming, then spreading eastward and northeast Saturday night into Sunday. This system will give us some strong wind gusts, especially along I-80, pretty much between Rawlins and Rock Springs. Further east, maybe towards Arlington and Laramie, possible wind gusts along I-25 as well. Now again, the snow amounts, we're getting a little more consistency going amongst the different models. This again runs through about 5 a.m. Monday for a 48-hour period preceding that time. As you can see, we're still looking at a primary mountain snow event with the heaviest snows near Yellowstone and the Wind Rivers. Some spots could maybe get a foot or more. Some moderate snow amounts for the southern mountains around the Snowy and Sierra Madres, continuing south into northern Colorado. Here's another model output that's very similar. This one focusing on the mountain areas, Snowy and Sierra Madres, some of the Laramie Range also getting in on some of the action, with the west and northwestern mountains looking at some moderate snow as well. In between, around the plains and valleys, lighter precip amounts, which will be both rain and snow, might even get a little freezing precip in there as well. So all in all, not really looking at heavy snow amounts for the plains and valleys, but do expect some minor travel impacts as we head into Sunday and again on a Monday. Into early next week, we may get some lingering precip in the form of snow for these southern mountain regions. Otherwise, we'll dry out elsewhere with chilly temperatures on tap for much of the week ahead. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.